Okay, so we got to talk about Travis Kelce. He may have won a Super Bowl, but he recently had to shake it off when he fumbled an attempt to get Taylor Swift's attention. So speaking on his podcast with his brother Jason, Travis said he was a little disappointed that he didn't get to talk to Taylor before one of her shows, but said he tried to meet her another way. Watch.
If you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. Not right now.
Your number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one. She doesn't meet anybody, or at least she didn't want to meet me, so I took a personal.
Okay, she didn't receive the bracelet, and she doesn't meet with anyone after the show.
So let's say she receives the bracelet with his phone number on it. Do you think she's going to call him?
That warrants a phone call. That's very clever. Very clever.
Super clever, super smooth. He's also not as good looking as Rick Springfield, obviously, but he's very good looking.
Very
I will also say she usually goes for more of the like pained artists, like Davidson, Matt Healy, and he's more like, hello. So it would be a big change for her.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
He plays tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, so he's a bigger man. Not
her type usually.
I would say so.
Yes,
I kind of agree with you.
But maybe her type isn't great.
It hasn't been working for her in the past.
Absolutely not. You're absolutely right.
Honestly, she needs to switch it up.
That's not even shade. I mean, I think we had your lovely wife Jordan on the show yesterday, and I was looking at you guys, and I was like, I don't think Jeff and Jordan would have matched on an app. I really don't. I feel like, she had, wherever she was in her life, she thought that she knew what she wanted. I'm sure in your life you were like, this is what I want, and then you meet Jordan with this personality, and you're like, what is this person that's in my life now? I think there has to be sometimes just to step out of your comfort zone and maybe meet somebody that doesn't look like the people you normally date.
And that's true. That's right on. With my wife. I was always dating brunettes, dark hair, dark eyes, and then I meet Jordan, blonde hair, blue. It's
Southern, totally different.
Just little out of my zone, and then look what happened.
And look who she married.
That was a good one. That was it.
Woo! Needed that one.
First Rick Springfield, now Tori.
Rough day. All right. Speaking of relationships, could Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello's divorce get messy all over a dog? They are reportedly still figuring out custody of their 10-year-old Chihuahua Pomeranian, Bubbles. Sofia's posted several pics on Instagram with Bubbles. Sources say she's still working out custody details of Bubbles, but hope she can. I'm trying to annoy
you say Bubbles so much.
But hope she and Joe can move on.
That's
in
super embarrassing.
Calm, fair fashion. What's embarrassing? Bubbles
that
dressed
picture?
up. The last picture.
Dressed up your dog.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And the name itself is annoying.
Jeff, I think that we're forgetting that no matter who has custody, always never let your mind forget that the dog doesn't know where it is.
That's not true.
Whenever you get really flustered and you're like, wait a second, what does Al always say? The dog doesn't know where it is.
Actually, that's not true.
So I will say this after that hardcore fact.
That is not a fact.
You're wrong. You are inaccurate. You are inaccurate.
Dogs actually pick one. They always do.
Yes, whoever has the food.
That's not true. They pick their alpha. In fact, Sofia went on Ellen and talked about that she was not the alpha, that their dog Bubbles did not pick her.
Oh, pick Joe?
So I think we have some footage of this.
She arrived and completely ignored me, went straight to him. She has taken everything that was mine.
So there you go. Does that matter? Should the dog, if it aligns more with Joe, because I know when I used to work at Judge Judy, Judge Judy would bring in the litigants if they had a dog custody issue. And she'd say, bring the dog in.
Bring in the dog.
And then she would ask, thank you, keep being her. And then she would tell the litigants.
And she'd say, everyone be quiet. It's a very famous scene. And she says, everyone be quiet. Put the dog down. And she puts the dog down, and the dog runs over to the defense, and she goes, that's his dog.
Yep.
A case adjourned.
Yeah.
And it was 30 seconds.
So if the dog likes Joe, should the dog be with Joe?
I think so.
Yeah, but then now you have to go back and forth with Joe. I think one person should take the dog, and both parties should move on.
Joe should take the dog.
You can't move on
if he's attached.
If you break up with somebody and there's still obviously going to be some resonating feelings, and now you have to see them every other Saturday at the park.
It's worth it, though.
It's going to be
It's not.
You need a clean break.
If you love your fur baby, it'll be worth it.
No, but it's not for your own mental health in that
Sanity.
relationship. If you really don't like this person enough that you have to split all your assets, and I really don't like you, I don't want to see you
Okay,
anymore.
I got it.
I went into my own head.
Yeah, wow, that got personal.
No, I'm saying for real. Like if you're that far, just like keep the dog too. I don't want to see you every other weekend.
heartbreaking,
And
though.
it is, but it's like so is the breakup.
No,
and if
I
you want to
hear
be
you.
adult about it, say keep that dog. You love the dog, and at least be an adult enough to do that,
You
right?
really have to walk away from your old life.
Yeah.
And it's not like the movies.
God.
We have other stories to get to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lord.
Well, I mean,
think
I
it's
didn't know
just-
how much longer
You
we
were
could
done
talk
as soon as I
about
said
the
the dog didn't know where it was.
It does. Seeing eye dogs lead them because they know where they're going.
Still doesn't have a concept of where it is.
Okay. You don't have a concept.
Oh, all right, you guys.
Good one.
Okay, we're moving on. After years of denial, Kylie Jenner has finally come clean about her plastic surgery. So on the season finale of The Kardashians, Kylie admitted that she had a breast augmentation surgery when she was just 19 and now regrets going under the knife because she thinks her body was perfect before. She also said she would be heartbroken if her daughter Stormi wanted to do anything to her body at 19. There you go.
I'll just be quick on this one. I follow the Kardashians a lot. I love them. I think they're great, but I think this one is a big, big miss for Kylie. She actively lied about this for years. She said the only surgery over and over again were fillers, and they'd show picture after picture being like, clearly, Dr. Yoon would talk about it on his Instagram. If you have a platform of what we hear, 389 million followers, most of them young girls, do not lie if you've chosen to be on a platform that's about reality and then don't have reality when you speak out. To me, this was a big fail, and her sisters even would be like, "Come on, Kylie," because they're usually really open about like what they've done. Or Chloe's
but
like,
what if she was uncomfortable talking about
I would just assume all of them and I'm not trying to be mean here, but did you ever see that meme that says you're not ugly, you're poor?
Yeah, of course, right, exactly.
And it's all the Kardashians when they're
Of course.
younger, but I just assumed all of
Well,
them
Chloe's
have
very
had-
open about it. Kim is open about it. I don't know about Kourtney, but Kylie has been actively deceiving.
Kim has still not really been open
about her
it.
butt.
The hips, the butt.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
But why
this
does
one
she have to? I don't understand
because
this.
it's when you don't have to talk about it, but when you actively lie, Al, which she did over and over again, and you're trying to give us a real like keeping up with the Kardashians, and you're telling a lie the whole time, you've ruined the whole facade of who you are. And now, what else can I believe?
Do you think that there's a chance that she lied because she was uncomfortable talking about that subject, but she knew that she had to because of public pressure?
I think she's young, and therefore I'm going to give her a pass here because I agree with Tori. I think if you have a platform of that size, you gotta let your young followers know this is how I look the way I do because I don't want them to have unrealistic expectations.
It's unobtainable.
However, how old is Kylie Jenner? She's young.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to get comfortable speaking about your biggest insecurities. And so for her now to have a child and now be open enough because she doesn't want any of those insecurities to somehow matriculate for Kylie or Stormi to go under the knife, I think is actually really big of her.
Maybe you changed my mind a bit. You're absolutely right. I just wish she'd apologized for lying all these years because many girls believed her, and that's a shame. That's more than America. She has followers.
But you don't did it right now.
She also has a brand that she was protecting.
But it was a lie. What kind of brand is that?
Most brands.
All right.
You have to.
I don't think that's actively lying is a great concept as a role model for girls.
You don't,
she was.
I'm not saying that you're actively lying. I'm saying you're trying to present your brand in the best light possible, and you want to highlight the good things and not talk about
that's
the
false
things
advertising.
That's how things are sold.
She did not talk about it. She said, "I didn't do it." There's difference there.
Okay.
I think.
All right. She's not under oath.
Be real.
Yeah, you're on a reality show.
But she shouldn't have to answer that question.
But
I
she
thought
did.
this
She
was
could say
about
no
young
comment.
women having their own agency and saying, I don't want to talk about my body. Let's talk about this brand.
That's different than saying I never did and doing it and
but
then
she shouldn't have been backed in the corner to have to answer that question.
That's a different conversation, though. She chose to be on a reality show. She chose that. Although she was very young, I can agree to that as well.
Right. So I was right.
No, you were wrong.
Oh, I was just about to say Al got the last word.
I did.
No, I did.
Jumped in.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Who got the last one?
I did.